Well, sometimes all it takes to get organized is finding one small space to refresh.
That's right. And joining us now is professional organizer Sheila Wyatt. Sheila, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We're happy. This is an important conversation.
Yes.
Now, you say the kitchen is one of the most overwhelming parts of the home for someone to organize. You're going to help us today, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, your first tip is to start small. What does that mean? I look at that and it's like overwhelming. You know?
It's overwhelming because, so much stuff tends to come in. You've got so many coffee mugs, so many plates, so many dishes, and then it tends to be overwhelming because it's where you're going to cook. And a lot of people don't know how to cook, don't know where to start. So when you start in your kitchen, just starting small and creating a plan for what you want to have happen in your kitchen.
Maybe with just a simple drawer, right? Like a kitchen drawer. I look at that and I've got 20 utensils. I have no idea what they do. Do I keep them? Do I throw them out? What do I do with them?
So when you're looking, there's many drawers. The typical drawer in the kitchen is a junk drawer.
Yeah,
so starting with that drawer and not going into the cooking, but when you go into the junk drawer, take every single thing out, wipe the drawer down, and then start with what is purposeful in this space. So what types of things do you need in that drawer? And that helps you make the decision.
Which kind of leads into your next tip, which is think lifestyle. Are you a single person? Are you a family? Is it just a couple? So how do we take our lifestyle into consideration and factor that in when it comes to organizing our kitchen?
So I like to look at it like if you're thinking of a restaurant, a chef doesn't just whip up food, you just don't go in there. He has a plan. Right. So setting down and setting your intentions with what your life looks like for the week, just take the week, just go by a week. If your week starts on a Sunday, then sit down with just a real basic calendar, Sunday through Saturday, and make a meal plan. What does your calendar look like? Are you going to be out? If you have kids, are you in sporting events? Are you eating out? And just make a plan for what you want to eat that week.
I'm glad you mentioned the calendar because that kind of leads into being more organized. And your third tip is actually to organize for the cook you want to be. So flesh that out for us a little bit more.
So not everybody eats the same way. So some people are like, okay, I just want smoothies, I just want salads. But a lot of times when we go to the grocery store, you just walk through and you're gathering everything that you think you might want to do.
Oh, especially if I'm hungry. Forget about it.
You're like, I'll take this.
Don't shop when you're hungry.
Yeah, and so many times people feel guilty because they're throwing away all the stuff that they've gathered. At the grocery store, and like, I didn't actually use what I had purchased, and it's such a waste. So really planning out what your life looks like, and planning out the meals that you need for the week.
I think one of the most challenging things, maybe you can tell me if you agree, with organizing the kitchen or even the kitchen in general, is that there are so many gadgets and different things. Like I'll see something on TV or Amazon. I'm like, I need it. And like, I don't know when I'm ever going to use this random device, but it's so cool. I want that. So what about that aspect of decluttering? Like, we want to have these cool gadgets to cook the one-off thing we might do once a year. But what is your recommendation? Do we just avoid that? Or?
Well, no. So the rule that I go by is whatever you're going to use at Thanksgiving is what you keep. Because Thanksgiving is usually the biggest meal and what you need to have all the stuff for. So even if you have that one thing that maybe you don't use it very often, but you absolutely love it, it's fine to keep it. So just having those things, you can look at things and really make a decision if it's purposeful or not. And so even if you use it just during the holidays, that's kind of like that one holiday where you need all the stuff. So whatever you're going to use for Thanksgiving, you kind of keep, if you need like
So the rule is kind of, if I use it at least once a year, it can stay. If I haven't used it in more than a year, it needs to go.
And as long as you have, you want to create an efficient space. So as long as you're not digging through things that you don't use and just storing things.
So I have
properly.
a crock pot I haven't used in 2 years. Does that mean I have to get
go.
rid of it?
Put it in the garage. No.
Guilty as charged.
Sheila, I've been with you in spaces where you go in to organize. And for instance, I remember the mom that had 30 different plastic mugs and containers.
Right.
And she's got a family of 4. And you're like, you got to pare that down.
Yes.
Keep it to 4, 5, 6 max.
Right.
And we all do. We all collect those novelty cups. And it's like, well, you hate to part with them. But if
you want to have enough that you can not have to be washing as you go.
Sure.
So if you have a family of 4, having 8 is great. Most of us collect, it comes in, and so especially those cups, and so just paring down.
Awesome. Sheila, thank you. Where can people find more information?
SheilaWyatt.com.
That's easy.
Excellent.
Sheila, thank you.
So much.
Thank you.